Well, if you are watching the BYU team bench or on-floor huddles, either in person or on TV during games, and you're paying close attention, you might see some people who don't maybe just quite like the other coaches, players, trainers, or managers you may be used to seeing. Just who are these mystery men? Tonight we find out as we welcome in the guys they call the P Squad. Mental strength coaches Scott Baldwin, Scott Braithwaite, Chad Jensen, and Michael Larson. Come on up, guys. See you, Scott. How are you? Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Michael, how are you? Good to see you.
Thanks, brother.
Good to see you.
You as well.
Hello, Chad. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Have a seat. And clearly, they coordinated.
Yeah.
No, do you want to go or should I go?
Go ahead.
Okay, because you guys, we're going to get into this. We're going to get deeply into this, how these guys come tear me to shreds every single day. But so we were I thought it was very interesting. Some observations is that Scott walked in first, which actually I may have anticipated based on some of the feedback that I've gotten from the crew.
Interesting. He needs it the most.
And you guys are all in black, which I love. That's so freaking fantastic.
It's a very good look. Let's start off with the fact we've already mentioned the phrase P Squad a couple times. The P stands for?
Well, originally we were thinking something in the realm of psychology. But then the more I learned about these guys, they're very swaggy, and I don't know, something sounds good about it. We alternate between the P Squad, and we're kind of dumbing it down to the squad right now. I like the squad also.
If we had to delve into specialties that each one of these have, is it best that they describe their own specialties?
Yes.
Or what would you say? Okay, let's start with Scott Braithwaite. What would be your specialty on the P Squad?
Oh, on the P Squad, that's an interesting thing to say. In my realm as a psychologist, I study relationships and especially systems. I think that really relates well to a basketball team. So communication, systems, those kinds of things.
Okay, Michael.
I'm a neuropsychologist, so concussion, head injury, and then cognitive control of our performance.
Okay, the other Scott.
I study psychotherapy and behavior change and data analysis.
Data analysis. And Chad.
Health psychologist, sleep, physical activity, eating.
Okay, all of these things, you can already see how they all play into a team dynamic.
Yeah, so we haven't really done an intro yet, but I'm so excited about this show and having these guys as guests, because if there has been a new factor that has altered the whole trajectory of BYU basketball, it's these guys. And we have a broad-based mental support group. I don't even know what to call it, but we have Tom Golightly, who does an unbelievable job in the athletic department, and on the other side we have Dr. Manning, who is world-renowned in his performance psychology, and then in the center we got these four guys that are just having an incredible impact on not just us performing at a higher level, but actually making us an organization that is all the things that a BYU program should be. And so, like, my gratitude for these guys is without end. I don't know how, when we get old, I don't know how many teachers we get to have, but these guys generally are sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, they teach me every day, and they're making a huge difference. So that's kind of what this group is.
And I want to find out from Coach in a second kind of when and how he came to the conclusion that you guys are who he needed on the team. But let's maybe hear from each of you when you first interacted with Coach Pope and what that said to you about what he wanted to do.
Maybe you should start, Chad. Since
Yeah, I can tell the origin story.
Okay.
Last June, I got a phone call from Coach Pope, and he said, "Hey, every NBA team has a psychologist on staff. Could you guys help me out?" And he got more than he bargained for, because I got 4 of us instead of 1. Originally, he was thinking a student would help out, but it turned out that all 4 of us were interested, and we got together and put together a proposal. And Coach liked the idea, and I think it's just really grown from there. We've been more involved every day.
Scott, your perspective.
Yeah, just like that. And I think as we met with Coach the first few times, just getting a sense of what his needs were, it kind of became obvious that we had stuff to offer both at the player level and at the coach level and the system level. And so just getting involved kind of at all levels and giving him feedback.
Michael?
Yeah, I think to me one of the coolest things is just the humility Coach has always shown. Like, he came to us and said, "Hey, we want to get better. We think mental strength is something you can bring to the table. Give me a proposal." And so we went big, and it's gotten bigger ever since. And I think that humility is something pretty amazing.
Scott, were you excited about the opportunity?
Hugely excited. And I'll also give Coach Pope props, just because I think there are a lot of coaches that we could work with them and it wouldn't have this kind of an impact. He's someone who's so open to feedback, so open to a different way of viewing things, that I think that he's the key to it all working.
So how and when did you decide that you needed this?
So we're always trying to address all the needs of student athletes, right? And so everybody in this room has had some deep, intense conversation about mental health in general. Like, it is just the most, and on a college campus, we almost talk about it every single minute of every single day, because we just are in challenging times right now. We're in really challenging times. And so I was actually away at an MBA academy, and they had a graduate student that was working with our team, and I was like, this is a great idea. And so we kind of jumped in, not knowing what we were signing up for. These guys know that's how I roll. That's one of the things they're trying. So there's so many keywords, but if I say processes, these guys are like, yeah, your processes stink, coach. Like, they have changed my life in terms of changing processes, just one of 1,000 examples. And then just so you have a sense of what they do, these guys are so incredibly generous. In fact, they said some nice things about me recently. It's not because they're getting paid, guys, which is something hopefully we'll remedy at some point. But they're at every single film session and practice and on the road and on the bench and everything. And that is the magic of their ability to connect with our guys. And what's happened over the last year and a half is we had maybe one guy kind of talk to these guys, and I would meet with them maybe once a week. And now it's a line out the door of every single one of our guys helping with life skills and performance skills and mental health and everything else. And they're barging into my office every day telling me what's wrong. It's just an integral part of our program. It's incredible.
What are some of the most rewarding moments that you feel that you've experienced so far since you've been a part of the team?
I'll jump in first.
Yeah.
For me, it was this Thanksgiving trip most recently. So we were at this Thanksgiving dinner. Coach is expressing thanks to everyone, and Leanne's noting that his zipper is down. and that was like my most rewarding moment. No, but literally on that trip, the NC State game, to see the progress, like, we were behind by a bit the whole first half. Going into halftime, I was expecting some tension. And Coach walked in, he was just like, guys, we got this. Like, I believe in you. And the huddles were just him believing in the guys. I'm like, this is going to work. Like, I didn't doubt that we were going to win, and it was because of how Coach was implementing these processes. Then to see us come back and the excitement and the celebration after the game, it was like this is working. And it was really fun. That was my most memorable.
What stood out to you so far?
I think it's a similar thing. I think for me, I spent a lot of time with Coach Pope, and I think one of my favorite things is just our lengthy conversations. And I think we both learn a lot from one another. And then seeing how that has ripple effects from everything from interactions in the office to game time stuff, and just seeing that development, I think, is really, really profound and shows this. You know, he and I had a conversation the other day, is like, is this replicable? Could you do this anywhere else? And he's maybe more optimistic about that than I am, but the part of the reason is, for the reasons they've said, is I think his willingness to let us beat him up a little bit and then consider it, right? And sometimes it takes a while, right? Like, for you to be like, well, I don't like that, but then a few weeks later you're like, yeah, I think that's what I need.
It's interesting. So we all spend a lot of time together, but I was at a seminar maybe 15 years ago, a coaching seminar, and a sports psychologist, which was in pretty early days of sports psychology, said, what people don't understand is the difference between winning and losing, which is the difference between everything. Everything you did for your life in basketball is a success if you win, and it's a failure if you lose. And it could just be 1 point. Sometimes it comes down to one free throw at the end of the game. And he said, the most important thing, the thing that's going to have the most impact on you winning or losing, is not the player standing there at free throw line. It's the 17 steps from the bench to the free throw line that player takes, and how often do you spend practicing that? And that's just the mental approach to it. And so when we talk about the value of what we are receiving from this squad, it's that. And it's incredible. It really is incredible.
Academically, scholastically, professionally, you probably didn't get into this thinking you'd be part of a basketball team at some point, but you are. Chad and then Scott, before the break, the notion of fruits of your labors and being part of a true team setting, because you're everywhere, from huddles to trips to flights to home and away, you're there.
That's right, Mark. We're there every game, every practice. It's been a wonderful experience. One of my memories is a couple weeks back, we traveled to Fresno State game in Salt Lake City, and Foose was injured, so he couldn't travel with the team. And as we got off the bus, Coach said, let's take a photo and send it to Foose. And I think Coach Pope embodies what BYU is all about because he cares about the whole person. He cares about every person. He really has a lot of care and concern for everyone on the team, and that's why he brought us on, because I think he really cares about the players and everybody in the program.
Scott?
Yeah, I was going to say for me, when I was in grad school, I had the great opportunity of working with Anders Ericsson, who's kind of the world's expert on expertise. I never knew I'd get to do it in a sports realm, but I've been loving it. And I think that fundamentally psychologists are interested in change, positive change, and doing that in a context like this is hugely rewarding.
And by the same token, you may not have seen yourself as somebody who would have a team like this helping you do what you do and helping your guys.
Well, the first time we met, I think the guys came to practice the first time we're meeting, and they walked out and be like, this dude needs help, right? I'm going to go over time here, but just one anecdote, because I want everyone to feel how real this is for us. So we just, we played Denver last week, I think maybe last Wednesday. And so the squad now meets with me after every game. They sit and wait for an hour while we do all the media nonsense, and then we sit and
When you say the squad, you mean these guys?
Yeah. And so we sat, and I was really twisted up after the Denver game for a bunch of reasons, and all my instincts as a coach were kicking in, and I had all types of frustrations, and I had a plan for what I was going to do the next 2 days to make sure we were ready to play for Georgia State. And I sat down with these guys after the game in the coach's office, and we were an hour and a half maybe. Yeah. It took them a long time to get me right. and then so we proceeded with the next 2 days with our team in a very, very different mode than I would have had I been left to my own devices. And then our guys, because in some sense I got out of the way a little bit with our guys, based on the counts I was getting from these guys, we had an unbelievable performance against a really hungry and really talented and athletic Georgia State team. And that is literally how this is translating, and they're making an incredible difference.
It's showing up.